he, in his Eugene speak, he says, like, look, I can't do that. And then Hornsby's leaving, and he's like, oh man, that's too bad, because I hope you like it in here, because you're probably never going to leave. And Eugene is like, actually, wait a second. And then we cut away from him. So then we come back to Daryl, and Daryl and Leah, and the guy has led them back to the place where his wife is. It's got, he's kind of hidden behind, pushes some like ductwork and stuff out of the way. And we see that the wife is in really bad shape. Like, she has got a really nasty gut wound. Hard to tell if she's been bitten or if she was shot or attacked or something like that, but she's clearly not going to make it. And her son's there. And Leah tells him, take your boy and go.
Yeah, she breaks completely.
Yeah, she's like, take your boy and go. And the wife is like, look, it's fine. Like, you go with your dad, be safe. Like, I love you. She knows. Like, she knows what's going on. So they leave, and the wife looks at him and says, it thanks them both, because she's like, look, they were not going to leave until I was gone. It's not safe for them to be here. They needed to go. And she's like, I'm ready. Like, just do this. Please. Like stop me. Like, I don't want to turn into one of them, and I'm suffering. And Leah pulls up the shotgun, and she starts to tear up, and she can't do it. And Daryl picks up the crossbow and puts one in her head and puts her out of her misery. And again, so twofold, like, you think, oh, like the rest of the group is going to think, okay, Daryl's being a badass, and it's really Daryl did this woman a kindness by putting her out of her misery. And Leah's like, and Daryl says, well, what are you going to tell Pope? And she's like, well, I'll just tell him that you killed them all, and it'll be good for you. So again, kind of returning the favor, right? Like earlier in the episode, Daryl made a point of telling her, like, hey, you did this thing, and this was good for the people, and now she's kind of doing the same thing, like, oh, I'll tell Pope you did this, and this will be good for you and him. Right. So it's kind of the reciprocal thing of they're each doing something that's going to theoretically increase their position with the group. So then at the end of the episode, we cut back to Maggie, and she's amassing quite a horde, even to the point where they find another building which has a bunch of zombies in it, and her and Negan break them out, and they're just building this massive horde that they're heading towards Pope's camp so they can flush them out and get their actual supplies and hopefully kill Pope and all his people. And while they're going, unfortunately, Elijah sees his sister is one of the horde that's walking. And
sister had the best friend that we saw before.
Yes. And he can't respond because he's got to keep the act going. And it was kind of cool. Maggie kind of on the low, kind of grabs his hand and holds his hand because he's starting to kind of break down, but he's able to push through it. And we just cut away, and it's just this huge horde that's on its way to the encampment, and that's where
they broke out the drone shot for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the episode. This is Promises Broken. So,
yes.
How many busters do you give this episode, Jim Beats?
No, I start first.
Daryl, how many busters do you give this episode?
I give it 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed the episode a lot. I love the Negan and Maggie conversations, and Eugene is a being fool. It's always great to see Eugene be Eugene.
Yeah.
At times.
I will give this episode 4. I like this episode a lot. There wasn't much that, like I said, that one little bit just kind of made me roll my eyes a little bit, but I think it was a good balance the way that they moved between the stories. I didn't feel like that there was much filler going on. I thought it was very well paced. I thought it was very well shot. And again, that Negan and Maggie scene was really, really well done. So I give it 4 busters.
Okay. I give it 3.5. I think there's a lot of setup here for the season 3rd finale, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
The finale after the first 8. There'll be a lot going on, a lot of moving parts coming together in the next episode, obviously. So yeah, I'll give it a 3.5. There's good scenes in here. That scene with Maggie and Negan, where he told her the truth. I thought it was a good scene. I like the Weasley attorney guy from the Commonwealth who keeps trying to Lance. Right?
Yes.
That actor's interesting the way he's kind of playing this both ends to the middle character. And I want to see Joffrey get eaten by zombies. So
yes.
3.5.
Nice. Do we call it a trinally?
Trinally.
Aaron didn't give us an official buster counting, but
he did say
that he hated all the shows. He hates Walking Dead. He hates everything about zombies. And good day.
Good day. I said good day. You even typed that out. I said good day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, he said he liked the episode.
Yes.
So, usually he's a little more loquacious.
Yes.
I'm sure he's doing something important. Saving the world from villainy or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So we want to go to Facebook comments for
Sure.
Promises Broken?
Why not? Every week we ask you to chime in with your Facebook comments and your review, your rating, your busters of The Walking Dead. It's a tradition here on the Walking Dead TV podcast. It's a great way for you to be part of the show and sound off on how you feel about it. And we love your participation. So please continue to do so. Facebook.com/groups/WDTV podcast. Here we go. The first one is by Yukiyoshi Sawada. So excuse me while I hydrate. He's a bit verbose. 3.5. What are the rules out of 5? In song. What are the rules? Because when turned Commonwealth and can't get help, you find out the rules. Okay. 1. I have nothing to say about the Reaper story. They were just there. Moving on. 2. The talk between Maggie and Negan was great, pointing out that the Saviors had families too, and then technically Rick in the game made the first move to start the all-out war. 3. Also Negan saying, I know what it's like to see people turn, is a small way to remind Maggie that she ran away. Sure, Negan was incarcerated, but when it came to defending the coalition, he was there to fight, and she was not. So, she can judge Negan all she wants. At the end of the day, he fought beside her family longer than she did. 4. And he's right, Negan would not be here in the position he's in right now if he killed them all. It's big of him to admit that liking them screwed him. 5. Anyone else think Gabriel was jealous of the repeat priest that he still has faith?
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to see a priest fight. I'm going to call that now. We're only room enough for one priest on the show. 6. As of now, Elijah's the last survivor of Maggie's group. Do you think he'll make it? I don't know. He's on a shirt that was red. 7. Remember when Eugene couldn't kill walkers? Now he's like, this is not communal service. This is that we have been tasked with. It's just a normal routine that me and my companions have come to expect to do on a daily basis. In short, to us, it's the chores. 8. Yumiko cleans up nice. Lance telling her when you get big, remember, is like you politics in the apocalypse. We're a walker bite to me when you need it. That's what he wrote word for word. 9. Yeah, Eugene, break his face. 10. Lance, what the hell are you doing? Don't you know who he is? Princess, no, we just got here 3 days ago. No one has given us a manual, a robot, or even a damn pamphlet. All we got was a 1954 welcome video promoting the town, but not explaining what not to do in town. Lance, oh well, he's governor's son and you broke 10 whole rules now. 11. It's also agents the rules to point out flaws of the Commonwealth. Eugene, Princess, and Ezekiel all together. What are the rules? Everyone laughs. Credit rolls on screen. Kanpai. Thank you, Kiyoshi. Kevin Barry came in 3.5. I think the king was a little stoned after the lollipops out of 5. You think?
A little bit.
I continue to like the Daryl stuff. I think it's because of the chemistry that Norman Reedus and Lynn Collins have. Yes, I could agree with that. Even though Negan and Maggie continue to talk a lot of each other this week, at least it had some depth, and I will be interested to see how Whisper cosplay goes now next week. The Commonwealth stuff was fine. Just do not really understand why a couple would take a date in what appears to be a populated walker zone and abandoned homes. It's a good point. Why was he out there to begin with? I think they would guard him if he was important.
Well, the area where they were like, it was like a gazebo, and you know, I mean, that's where
If they knew there were walkers there, you think they would have sent an escort with them if it's so important.
well, they did, right? That was the whole bit. Is Hornsby told them to take off. So
Mike Jones wrote in 4 whispers out of 5. The Negan and Maggie interaction was my favorite part of the episode. This alone gets a 4. The rest was a 2.5 at best. The Commonwealth portion was a mess. I don't even know who's there because they jump around so much. The Reapers at this point for me are the least interesting part of the season. Let Negan lead the herd in so they can get eaten and we can move on. Eric Jackson wrote in 4 100G pops out of 5. While it's been painful at times to watch, the Commonwealth is doing a fantastic job on the douchebaggery front, and now I kind of want to see the whole thing go to shit like Terminus. SC and JDM were great in this one, and I love the irony that now our people are forming a horde. Also, can't help but notice that neither Dog's first nor second quote owner are good at keeping tabs on him. Where'd he go this time? And Mike Jones wrote, Dog is the new Carl. But Aaron replied that he has a bigger house. So, and then Richard Chopper Cherry to the Marathon Man who enjoys his course late in 3. Doubt my rating will get in time to do a Facebook outage out of 5. Don't worry, you made it, buddy. We're a little late this week. The episode was okay. Interested to see Negan and Maggie forming the Whisperers Mark II. I was looking forward to the Reapers, but I'm really not enjoying their storyline. So that was your thoughts on the main show, The Walking Dead. And later we'll be back with the Big Mo ratings for, what are we talking about next?
The World Beyond.
World Beyond, Season 2, Episode 1.
Oh, wow. Can't wait.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. So in the interest of time, I think what we're going to do with the World Beyond episodes for the most part is kind of hit the high points and not get into necessarily blow by blow.
Not a lot happened in this episode, so it won't be that hard.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is, in the beginning, we get kind of a flashback to 6 weeks ago, and it's Elizabeth and her crew standing on a very high point looking down at an entire city. I mean, this is Omaha, right? Like, they're looking at Omaha.
Yeah. What I want to know is, we already knew this, though.
Exactly.
Right? They're showing it after they've already, they showed us the aftermath. We heard a lot of other characters talk about it.
Right.
And now they're showing it.
I guess the aftermath, though, was the university, right? Like, that was the actual, because there's Omaha, which is like where that's not the same area as the
Campus colony?
As the colony, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but yeah, the point is probably they had a little bit of budget and figured, okay, we'll show all the budget. But yeah, it's like this big exterior shot. We see the whole town. There's we see a bunch of charges being set. There's a massive horde coming in, and explosion, and obviously that they're letting these hordes come in.
Right.
And they make a point of saying that they're going to each of these towns one by one and destroying them. So it's almost like they're identifying key people from. This is my theory is they must be identifying key people or key resources within a given society and then plucking them out and then just nuking the rest of it.
Right. That's what
The horde, yeah.
But you kind of assume that from the finale of that season, though, right?
That's true, too.
Yeah, they don't have a real good explanation for it because it just seems silly to take a functioning town that's capable of producing resources and people and everything else and wiping it out.
It's interesting, too, that like both shows are weaponizing walkers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They're using walkers as a weapon to gain their own ends.
But it's weird because they already kind of have control anyway. They have more muscle and resources and
Yeah, I mean, attack helicopters and
it's like,
all kinds
you're
of
pretty
stuff.
much in charge. I mean, so what? I don't know what the significance of this is.
Yeah, especially since they're so far away, right? Like they're based out of Albany, New York. So like, what threat is a civilization in Omaha going to have? Like, I don't know, maybe they're playing the long game here.
I feel like we've thought this out more than they have, but I hope I'm wrong.
Maybe it's a big swerve, as we get deeper into the show. I really do. I hope it's a big swerve.
Yeah. The other one of the next, I guess, high point that we'll talk about to kind of advance the story is Iris. They're making a point of showing how Iris has changed. And
Yes, Iris has changed.
yes,
Okay.
she's still trying to work through all this code, the code book, and try and decrypt all that and figure out what's going on.
Did she though?
Did she? They showed her doing it quite a bit, and she's very intent on letting you know that she's not the same.
Yes,
I get it.
She's like the girl. She's like the girl in high school that tells you that she's not like other girls, right?
Well, it's like when you come. Yeah, it is. You make a point when you come back. Sophomore year. I'm not the same, right? I grew a little mustache. Maybe I've been away to camp. I went to Paris. Something like you try to throw in all the stuff to say how much you changed in the short amount of time that you haven't seen these people that you've seen. It's
weird to me because like in this episode, since you say we're just gonna hit the high points, I'm just gonna hit some high points here if you don't mind. Like in this part, like Iris is like hanging out with Felix and Huck, right?
Right.
Or not Huck.
No, not Huck.
Felix and his boyfriend.
And like a lot of her sitting and talking, right?
Yeah.
What do you live for? A lot of philosophical BS. Or whatever. They go to this place called the Perimeter, it's farm town,
right.
And then they take her there, and she's like, I'm so much more mature now, whatever. Meanwhile, her sister is like, she faces down the head of the CRM, like Elizabeth, basically walks off on her own to try to take care of some stuff, and pretty much gets killed and has like hallucinations and stuff.
Right.
So you have like the one, I'm so much more mature. The other one's like, well, F you, I'm going to go do this, and then you almost get killed. So how mature really are they? I'm sorry. Well, thank you for coming to my talk.
Yes, it's just interesting because for a group that is so hell bent on what we find out going around and killing all of these other major towns, the fact that they have this community outside of their main base that they're allowing to thrive and giving them supplies because they're clearing out walkers. It's like, why would you let like a bunch of like yokels be responsible for clearing out little communities around you when you have a literal army with munitions and modern equipment and everything? Like, there's something going on. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Reminds me of the part in Austin Powers where Scott Evil tries to, it's like, well, Just shoot him right here. No, you don't understand my diabolical plan.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't. I'm trying to figure it out. I've been watching the show from Jump, So hopefully they'll be a little bit more. Like you say, it just doesn't make sense as it stands. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I just don't know what their end game is. It's like you.
Yeah, maybe it's something and it all makes sense, and it's like, holy crap, that's that's something. But at least it seems like it's going to be a long walk for a short drink of water. Is what it's feeling like.
Stand on it.
You're going to wait that call.
The other, like you're saying, Jim, the other big point is Hope and her. The end of last season, they took her and Huck, and we find out Huck is Elizabeth's daughter. They take the two of them. She's going to go see her father. They take her, and then they stop short of the compound, and Elizabeth kind of gives her the spiel of, well, we want to trust you, but we don't know if we can trust you, and you need to kind of decide on your own. And Hope is like, screw you guys, I'm out, and kind of does her own thing, and ends up getting a concussion and has this weird.
Time she just walks out of the room and a tizzy because she's upset.
It's that whole thing between. I know my daughter's only time that she likes to do the dramatic leaving in a huff.
Yes.
And then she ends up falling, hits her head. Okay, again another trope. Like she's fighting, and of course she got to fall downstairs. But that whole fever dream business was like it was a little too on the nose. It's like, oh, I found this post up of this girl that's lost, and like I'm lost, and this whole and you couldn't really tell because there were parts of it that felt like there was really somebody there, and then when the girl like got eaten by the walkers, you really felt like it was her, but it wasn't. The whole thing was just her having she was concussed and she ends up going back. And then the other angle to this was Elizabeth was also testing Huck. Because Huck makes a point of like, hey, this was my plan. Like I was the one that told you that she could be trusted. She could be an asset. This is my deal. And she's like, oh, you want to go after her, don't you? And she's like, oh no, and she ends up not. And then Elizabeth is like, well, it's a good thing you didn't. So it's like, okay, was she going to kill her own daughter? She went after her. Like she's shown to be pretty ruthless, but
she does. And then she does. I got just.
The other thing is they mentioned Silas by name. They said, well, we got Silas, but we haven't gotten any information out of him yet. So he's, and again, we haven't seen anything from the two boys, from Silas and I forget the other kid's name.
Okay, with the suit.
Yeah, Ortiz. I forget his first name. But yeah, those two didn't. I mean, those two didn't show up at all this episode, which makes sense because they took off at the end of last episode or last season. So of course Hope goes back, and what's so silly is like, okay, she comes back, and now she can be trusted. Like I don't understand. So like Hope comes back, and it's like, oh yes, I learned my lesson. I can, I want to do this and be a part of this. And they let her at the very end. They let her.
Sure do.
Yeah, they let her reunite with her dad. The last real bit. Well, two things. One, Huck and Hope kind of have a moment after she comes back into the fold before she goes to see her dad, and Huck is again trying to relate to her. You could tell, or they're trying real hard to show that Huck is conflicted and also maybe trying to change.
Yeah. Well, Huck's trying to get in Hope's good graces.
Yes,
is what it seemed like to me. Like whether that's because she's trying to do it for her mom or she's just wants to be there. That's yet to be determined. But I mean, it's like she tells Hope that she sent Iris to Felix to settlement. So
yeah. She's like, look, I told him that we got the code book, and because if she knew that, she'd wipe them. She would have killed all of you. So. Right. So she's trying to play the I may have done a bad thing, but I could have done a worse thing, and I'm still kind of on your side. Right. And the last thing is really Iris, where she Felix tells her like, hey, go get some sleep, and she's like, okay, I will. And she goes out snooping to the main facility and finds that one guy that was kind of acting as Elizabeth's right hand, like at the beginning of the episode when they were bombing Omaha, and she ends up shooting him with a crossbow in the shoulder, attracts a walker, and he kills the walker, and then she jumps him and ends up killing him. And they kind of make it a point, right? Because he's injured. I think she stabs him once, and then she makes a point of no, I'm going to kill you, and she stabs him, and so now. Of course.
You want to know why, Russ? You want to know why?
Why? She's changed.
Because she's changed.
She's really changed.
Yeah.
She went to summer camp. She really changed.
Yeah.
I'm not who I was before.
Yeah. Right. Well, now they got a mess on their hands too, right?
Something more.
Something different.
Something more.
Yeah.
No, Jim. I am not.
She's a new arrow.
The same person that was the person that did the other thing before that. I'm a new thing. I'm a new person.
She had to become something else.
I had to become something else.
Something more.
Some people have to be stuck on an island for 5 years. Other people can
sit down and just really hard over a code book.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of it. So that's where we're at. Is obviously there's going to be some tension with Iris in this community, and Felix is like, look, we just need to lay low until we figure this out. Like, let's not go charging in like a bull in a china shop because we're going to end up getting all of these people killed. Like everything here is pretty fragile. I don't know what's going on with Hope. Obviously, she's probably going to clue her father into the fact that there's nefarious stuff going on, and hopefully we get more information about what exactly is what the CRM is up to and why they're dismantling communities. But yet we know we've seen the CRM in the context of the main show and in Fear, and they haven't wiped out everything. So there's, like I said, for all this to kind of fit together, there's got to be some kind of explanation. Sure. So
what do you live for?
Anyway.
What do you live for?
For the end of the episode. I'll go first on my big mo's. I will give this episode 2.5 big mo's. It was fine. Like I just it was fine. Daryl, how many big mo's?
I too thought it was fine, and I will give it 1.5 mo's.
Oh, 1.5. It's a mo, not even a big mo. It's so the rating is so small. It doesn't even qualify for a big mo. It's just
nothing. I don't want to be the old guy like being like these kids. Kind of thing. But they just don't make them compelling. I watch other shows where there are young people in it, and they can make them compelling. This is just not written very well to make it compelling so far.
Yeah. It feels to me like, not to belabor this, but at the end of this 20 episodes, I feel like we're going to look back and go, yeah, they probably could have told the story in 8 episodes.
That's what I feel like.
I just have a feeling like they don't need 20 episodes to tell the story that they're looking to tell, but I guess we'll see. Jim, how many mo's or big mo's do you get? Wow.
They aren't even like good enough to be on the CW. Like the show is good enough to be on the CW. I should know about that. I've watched all the DC shows on the CW. It's got that. It seems like it's trying for that same kind of thing, where it has the possibly attractive people in tough circumstances or whatever. But like the story makes no sense. The CRM makes no sense. The motives of the characters make no sense. The plot makes no sense. The overarching plan of whatever CRM is trying to do makes no sense. It just really bugs me. The actors are not the greatest. I'm sorry. I hate to squirt all the hate rate on everything, but I give it a 1. I just really am not appreciating it at all. And Aaron also wrote in to tell everybody he did not like World Beyond and hopes it gets quicker or gets better quickly. So
yes.
And we had some people offer their big mo's on the Facebook group. Johnny Stower, come on, I like it. At least we kind of getting answers. So they killed Omaha. Where the characters are from? The other colony was a huge wave of walkers, right? But saying the walkers did both, right? Thanks. I think it's good, and we will get some small mention of Rick. We have to. Okay. Yukiyoshi Sawada wrote in 3 concussion canvases out of 5. Not worth the Roman numeral system. Normally, Mr. Sawada writes his comments with a Roman numeral by each comment. I know it's season return, but just having Iris and Felix sit around didn't do it for me. Cool for Iris getting what I think is her first human kill, but her side bored me. Same with Malik and Elizabeth mother-daughter conversation. I just don't care if we get it restraint. That's all you had to tell us. Hope's story was better. Glad to have AMC Plus to tell that Candace was Hope's imagination. Didn't do a good job of showing that. We need Elton Percy to jumpstart this. Beyond the facts, this episode reveals both Silas and Felix's last names. Silas Laskett with Felix Carlucci. I know you guys were dying to hear that too, so there you go. Bye. And finally, Kevin Barry, 3 big mo's out of 5. Not a horror start, but I can already see CRM getting taken down by Iris and the gang, and I would be disappointed by that. I am much more interested in what CRM is doing, has done, and I wish we got to see more from their perspective. Okay? And those are all the big mo ratings for the World Beyond. Thank you so much, everybody who wrote in. We really appreciate it. Shinks.
Yes.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for listening this week. Be sure to check out Aaron's reviews over at
Exactly.
No.
He doesn't get a plug.
It was dirty plug, but work for him.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
No plug for you. That's right. Check out his reviews over at WeLiveEntertainment.com. Also check out his Blu-ray reviews at wiseofblue.com. And just, of course, give a listen to Out Now with Aaron and Abe, where they talk about the latest movie reviews every week. Things are picking up.
Yeah. Well, plus we're doing a whole month's worth of special shows all about Halloween franchises. So you might want to check that out.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Spooky season for sure.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. So that's where you can find Aaron. Jim, where can folks find you on the internet?
Well, every week you can hear me with Daryl Taylor, Dr. Byrne himself, and Donnie Salvo as we go through all of the week's worth of TV, movie, and entertainment news on Nothing's On, the podcast that you need in your life if you want to enjoy life. It's at the Taylor Network podcast.com, and it comes out pretty much usually every Monday or Tuesday. So check that out if you will. Over at BrandonPetersShow.com. Every week I am going through the second season of Space 1999, the old sci-fi series, and we're doing an episode breakdown of that show. Every week we just did an episode where a bunch of condescending assholes from space dressed like solid gold dancers came down and smacked people in the face.
You bet they did.
It's totally what I'm not even exaggerating.
That's right.
What happened. That show was off the rails. So you check that podcast out at the old space show over at the BrandonPetersShow.com.
Daryl?
Yes, you can. Well, since it's the what do they call this place? The Halloween month, as they say.
Yeah.
On Retro Movie Geek, we are deep into the Spooky Flicks Flat Fest, where we are dealing with all the vampire movies. And so far we've already done From Dusk Till Dawn. We did Count Yorga. They're not all A+. Fright Night Part 2. So we just run through all month. We're just doing a whole bunch of horror movies with the vampires being the theme, if you haven't caught on already. So check that out. And also you can check out Go Check Yourself, where we get into the Star Trek Coda event running through the novels, where they're kind of dealing with all the different continuities of books that have been prior to the new shows that have come out and how they deal with the continuity with all that. So we had Dayton Ward come on and kind of talk about it. He started out with book 1. So we had a lot of fun talking that and Trek in general. And also for DC All-Stars, you can check us out where we play catch-up with a lot of DC books and some of the DC movie and TV news.
I've been keeping caught up on a lot of that stuff waiting to be on the next episode. So.
Yes, we do have to get that together as well, where we have to catch up, especially on the TV side.
I've done a complete rewatch of The Flat. Oh my God, I have things to say.
Oh, I bet you do. So join us for that. We definitely have a lot to talk about so far.
Cool. And you can check me over at Gotham by Geeks over at the Taylor Network and weekly here to talk about The Walking Dead. So you can find me there. So thanks everyone for listening. This episode obviously posted a little bit late. We should hopefully be back on track this coming week. But we shall see. So hopefully Mr. Neworth will be back from his assignment to join us next week. So until there's no more room in hell and the dead walk the earth, hopefully Little Mo's will be Big Mo's next week.
And we got lollipops.
Any lollipops.
Yes.